here are the comments that they sampled from the respondents, and these are hilarious. Let's go through some of them. Okay, so respondents were also given the opportunity to elaborate on the degree of their pre-apostasy community involvement and embeddedness in a write-in response. Some notable responses follow, right? So these are notable responses according to the ex-Muslims of North America, right? So let's see. I was an imam. I was an imam at a small prayer group as a teenager.
MashaAllah, imam as a teenager.
I ran a Quran club and read Quran at my school's end of year ceremony, mashallah. So end of year ceremony, the guy stood up and read some Quran in front of and that to him encapsulates what a devout Muslim should be or should have been.
You think that you were an imam as a teenager?
And you read the Quran once in front of like a gathering of people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we do that. I do that. I grew up doing that. Who cares? I mean, we all do this. Who cares? I mean,
again, these comments are meant to intimidate Muslims. Like, look how devout we were, you guys, and despite all that, we became ex-Muslim. Which, like, if a layman Muslim reads these comments, his or her faith could be shaken by this. Like, for example, they would think, how is it possible that these devout former Muslims became ex-Muslims? They must have studied Islam more, and then they found something wrong with Islam. Then you get my point, right? It's meant to intimidate Muslims. That's the thing, because like I'm sure that there were respondents that, for example, commented saying, "Well, we're not devout. I wasn't really into religion. I didn't pray 5 times a day. I stayed away from mosque gathering." I'm sure some of them commented along these lines, but these comments were not included. They were not sampled.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, memorized the Quran and led prayers and Taraweeh. I was very well known for my religiosity in my community. Look at it.
He was
19 years old.
19-year-old. SubhanAllah.
They were letting
25-year-old. I ran a mosque library for years. So
Shamila from his masjid he ran. I mean, just look. Look at this guy. I was a member of a student Islamic organization. I know. I went to school in America. MSA is just a cultural club for Muslims. When you want to go hang out, do whatever, it's just a place for nothing religious about it. But
it doesn't mean anything.
Look at this guy. He's so proud. I partook in the public Shia rituals in Tehran, like Ashura, with practices like self-flagellation. Also, I visited Shia holy sites like in places like Mashhad. No, but look at this comment on the upper left here, the blue one. Community volunteer work, ghost writing of 3 books on fiqh / Islamic history, mashallah, and fiqh. 3, as if the ulama, they don't, like, they would put their name on something they didn't write. Really? 3 books of fiqh that you wrote? What are the names of these books? I mean, I'd like to know. If you're going to be honest, tell me at least what were the
and who peer-reviewed them.
Yeah, exactly. And what was the subject matter of this? Since you are faqih, I mean, you are. I mean, if you can write 3 books on fiqh, you must be a faqih, right? I mean, this is not a joke. I mean, you can write, right? You must have. What are your credentials to write books on fiqh?
I'll give you an example. So on Twitter, I met someone who an ex-Muslim, who basically said I authored books and I gave sermons as a Muslim. All right. I asked him, okay, so send me screenshots of book covers that you authored. Here's what happened. He basically wrote, like, these small pamphlets about praying and siyam and that are distributed in mosques.
Yeah.
That was it, bro. That was it.
Oh my God.
He was writing like for example 10-page small pamphlets about siyam and the virtues of siyam and the virtues of Salatul Tarawih, and they were being passed down in Ramadan. That was it. These were the books, the Islamic books that he authored. Imagine this.
I'm reading this comment. I attended a Muslim school for 2 years. My sister did for like 6 or 7 years. Many other events at the mosque, from taking Quran lessons, taekwondo lessons, and bi-weekly potlucks. I missed the food. Yeah, where did you go to? Like a YMCA? Like what? And look, if you were a true ex-Muslim, I'm sorry to say this, but you're gonna know how to spell Quran. Right, nobody sells the Quran. Like, I mean, this is just not something that a typical person who grew up around Islam would type.
Yeah,
If
it's
you were an
totally.
ex-Muslim, you would type Quran, right? I mean, it just wouldn't be like just Quran. I don't understand this. Who are you fooling? Anyway, stupid people.
Look at this woman. I started a Sunday school in a city with no Islamic education or Islamic social venue. So, what is a Sunday school? What is a Sunday Islamic school?
It's after church.
What is it?
It's after church, and they go there. That's what happens.
Okay.
They went to the-
Because I was asking, well, I was just thinking, why wasn't it a Jum'ah school? Why is
Yeah,
it Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, well, in America, they do. To be fair, they do have Sunday schools, but it's nothing big. I mean, how many students? What did you start with? No, it said with no Islamic education and no or Islamic social venue. So, what? I mean, I don't know of a single American city. You must be not in America, because I don't know of a single American community, Muslim American community that doesn't have some kind of masjid or some kind of learning, social event facility. I just don't understand it. I don't know of a single one. But anyways, look at the last one. I was coerced into teaching kids at the weekend Islamic school. Mashallah, they forced you and they chained you to the desk and made you a mudarris. This is what happens.
How is that even possible? How can you force someone to teach kids? Well, yeah, what happened? Were you captured by Al Qaeda and they forced you to teach their kids? What the hell?
Very strange, man. These people have very strange comments. Very strange.
But again, I just want to remind the audience, right? It's so obvious that these comments are meant to intimidate Muslims. Okay, that's it, right? All the comments, like 100% of the comments that you see here, right, are along the lines of, look how devout we were, look how embedded we were in our faith before we became ex-Muslims.
And keep in mind, while reading this, that 70% of them weren't praying.
Exactly.
And yet they were opening masajids and libraries, teaching and
writing fiqh books and
mashallah, and about history and tariq, and mashallah, like like these wonderful scholars that were in the community, but they weren't praying. And they were drinking.
57% of them were engaging in zina, and 53%.
After you had make zina, you're writing books on fiqh, mashallah. I mean,
look, imagine this. Imagine a guy, a person.
Like, what are you writing on? You know what I mean? The fiqh on how to drink alcohol, to crack open a beer. Like, what are you writing on?
Maybe these ex-Muslims were drunk when they wrote this survey. I don't know. Like something doesn't. Something doesn't make sense, bro. Act of apostasy. So the survey finds that respondents' reasons for leaving Islam are complex and multi-layered. Even so, there are common elements. Most respondents cited concerns over human rights, logical coherence, and scientific validity as factors that motivated a re-examination of their worldview, right? How long does it take? Respondents indicated that their apostasy was generally a lengthy process. A majority, 63%, said that it was a matter of years from when they first began to question the faith before they ultimately left. 30% said it was a matter of months. 63 said, it was a matter of years, and 7% said it was a matter of days. Like, these people are not wasting time,
They ended in America and khalas, cracked open the beer.
It's a good point, because these are immigrants mostly.
Yeah, exactly. So years, I mean, I don't understand what that, I mean, so I don't know. I mean, maybe that could be true. I mean, months and fine, maybe true. I mean, again, we don't know what were the causes and who they are and what demographics they were, what age they were. I mean, this is just, I mean, again, it's just giving generalized information that we can't really derive much benefit from.
Yeah. And like on top of that, more than 50% of you guys were not practicing,
Right.
at the same time. So was this a result of you questioning your faith,
Yeah, I mean, look at
or was it?
it took for years, right? And that's roughly among the percentage of people that were drinking and not praying. So, I mean, during those years, I mean, you weren't really. What were you contemplating? I think maybe you just got tired of
Guilt, for example,
yeah. You just
feeling
said, you know,
guilty.
I don't want to claim something, you know. And so you weren't really practicing. I don't know. You left Islam long before you just decided to come out and say it. I mean, if you're not praying and you're drinking, you're fornicating. Yeah, I mean, what is the you know what I mean? Like, what was to decide? It just took you years, maybe because maybe you were staying at home. You wanted to get, you didn't want to be kicked out of your house. Maybe you wanted your parents to pay for your school. Maybe you wanted to keep your friends, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? So who knows?
Yeah.
Again, this is not definitive. It doesn't teach us anything. It doesn't give us the underlying reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Age of apostasy. So 46% of them
So look at
apostatized. Yeah.
real quickly. I mean, we can see all the other numbers, but check this out: 17 to 22, and we already established that.
46%. Yeah.
Yeah, but we already established that they believe in science, and science tells you that your prefrontal, I think it's your cortex, doesn't really, your decision making
Exactly,
is not there until you're 25. So they agree that most of these people left Islam when they were unable to make wise decisions.
Yeah, their hormones are raging. It's like they're young adults.
Yeah.
You're also surrounded with an environment that engages exploring your sexuality and engaging in
corruption,
exactly,
moral degeneracy.
exactly.
Absolutely.
So,
People like Armin Navabi will tell you it's okay to have sex with your sister. I mean, so what do you expect?
Apostle Prophet as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so am I supposed to believe that these 17 to 20 to 22-year-olds thought about their faith, contemplated it, right? Check the scientific validity, as they put it, and check the logical coherence. And because of all of this, they apostatized, or they were into girls and they were into boys and they were into drinking and stuff like that. They really, they didn't really want to pray. Yeah. They said, "Khalas, I'm gonna leave the faith."
Interesting about it? I just realized. Yeah. You know what's interesting? 62%, roughly, of these people left Islam before the age of 22. Right?
Yep.
62. Right? Go back to the chart on education about degrees.
Yeah.
So majority of them left Islam before they completed their degrees.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a good point. It's a good point. It's really good that we're linking pieces of information together.
They refute themselves if in the narrative they're trying to create. I mean,
because each piece of information on its own could make sense, but if you put it alongside of other charts, things begin to break apart.
Yeah, absolutely.